Hey Rachel, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey Daniel, what's up?
Hey there, this is my friend, little one, Chelsea.
It's Chelsea Yang Gang.
Absolutely.
What's up, Philip?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Why don't you tell us your first name?
First name is Corey.
If you can remember one highlight or memory during the Yang Gang campaign that you can share with us, and or tell us how you got to know us, how you got to volunteer with the Atlanta Yang Gang.
Sure.
My Yang story is back in the 2016 election, after Trump was elected, the Democratic Party sent out a bunch of surveys to all registered Democrats, at least the one in my state did, and asked what we were looking for from them. And I wrote in the comments section, please put forward candidates that will discuss the problems with technology and automation and how they're going to impact the changing economy.
Well, I'd say the highlight is kind of led into by how I got into the Yang Gang, which is, first, like many people, I saw an interview with Andrew, and I was really impressed with the way he spoke, with the way that he appealed across party lines and had people on both sides of the political spectrum really hearing what he was saying and being interested in learning more and getting on board. And so...
well, I first volunteered with the Birmingham Yang Gang. We did some events where we canvassed, and that's the first time I'd ever done it. I was really out of my comfort zone and everything, but actually talking to Americans about our values and stuff really gave me a little bit of hope.
Out of nowhere, on my favorite podcast, Sam Harris podcast, I heard Andrew Yang come on and discuss his run for president, and his number one issue was automation. So I was absolutely thrilled. I've been involved with like left-wing activism and the Democratic Party for as long as I can remember, but he was a totally new type of candidate, and he changed my outlook and my views and what's important to me with his message. So right away I signed up to volunteer, but there was nothing out there yet. There wasn't much infrastructure built. He was just getting off the ground.
Well, one of the highlights, I would say, of the Yang Gang activities was when my wife and I went up to South Carolina and had a chance to see Dave Chappelle come to the South Carolina office there and inspire all the volunteers. And my wife had been volunteering that day, and it was just really exciting. And we saw the show, and he gave great plugs for Yang and the UBI concept, and that was definitely a highlight.
Soon after, I wound up going to his Humanity First rally in Atlanta, and I, started asking the volunteers there how they'd gotten involved, whether, they helped set all that up, and they directed me to our local Facebook page, and from there, I just started coming to events. I, got to know the people here, started helping host events of my own, started helping people get started phone banking and all that kind of stuff. And so, the Yang Gang became a huge part of my life and a really big thing for me, where I was getting out of the house more, where I felt, a refound meaning and purpose within my life, creating events and helping really push for a candidacy that I could believe in.
We all have the same kind of problems and whatnot, and I told them, this is a solution we can all get behind with UBI and everything, and a lot of them were pretty open to it. I was surprised to see that,
But I went to a meetup with him in Baltimore right when the campaign was getting started. And there were only a few people there, and half of them were people who had worked in his company, Venture for America, his fellows. And one of them gave a really moving speech about him coming through, about Andrew coming through for that fellow when his mom was in the hospital. It was very touching.
And then, getting to know folks here in Atlanta has been wonderful. We've had so many neat activities, getting to do some voter registration drives, and just, connecting with people of all different backgrounds. It's a very eclectic group of folks who are younger, older, people who are very much in technology fields, people who are very much more humanities focused. I think that's one of the inspiring things is, Yang's message resonated with so many different people, and to get to meet all these wonderful people coming together working on this.
So yeah, this campaign, it brought me out of a very deep depression. It brought me out of a really dark time in my life and kind of gave me hope for the future again for the first time in a long time. And so the big highlight for me would definitely be when Andrew came back to Atlanta for the November debates, and I got a chance to walk up to him and tell him, hey, you did more for my depression than any pill ever did. And you could see him, get a little bit misty-eyed, and he brought me in for a hug, and that moment just meant so much because you could tell how much it meant to him that he was already having that impact even without getting the nomination yet, or now I suppose at all in 2020 at least.
Anyways, I moved here to Atlanta about 6 months ago, and the Yang Gang brought me in. I didn't know anyone here. I didn't have any friends here yet. And they just brought me in, gave me something to put my energy and my time into that was meaningful. And so they gave me friends here in Atlanta.
So, do you guys know who Andrew Yang is?
Yeah. Yes.
You do? Who is he? President?
He's a candidate who dropped out.
Well, okay, no, I'll tell you.
Yeah, so this is my gold and black Yang Gang hat from the merch store. Got the math on the underbrim. I love the logo though. The logo is definitely the not left, not right, forward.
That is nice. Do you think Andrew Yang's going to run again in 2024? You do? Are you going to vote for him?
Yes.
How are you going to vote for him? I don't think you're going to be 16 or 18 yet. Say Yang Gang.
Yang Gang!
I turned 5, I'm gonna be 6.